Katie Hobbs is responding to concerns raised by forestry employees who say federal staff cuts threaten Arizona's wildfire preparedness for this summer. A new report about losses in the workforce shows there are now 6,500 fewer employees in the West compared to last year. More than 600 of the job losses are in Arizona. The positions relate to conservation management, water resource planning, and wildfire management.
We are engaged with the Department of Interior, looking at how all the staffing changes at the federal level will impact us. But those partnerships continue to be strong. The lines of communication continue to be open.
The job losses come as the Forest Service plans to consolidate regional offices. Forestry Chief Tom Schultz says the changes will make wildland firefighting more efficient. But the National Association of Forestry Retirees says it's causing uncertainty heading into the fire season. Meanwhile, the reorganization will also shut down 2/3 of the nation's forestry research stations. 12 News journalist Joe Dana tells us why many scientists and forestry experts oppose the plan.
It's here just northwest of Flagstaff where the U.S. Forest Service launched its very first experiment station way back in 1908. The idea: bring scientists into the forest to learn about resources and understand how best to manage the forests. The Fort Valley Experimental Forest spans 4,400 acres. For more than a century, researchers here have made discoveries about soil, logging techniques, wildfire mitigation. The research also helps firefighters understand changes in forests and climate that are making fires more explosive.
We'll get this fire. It's going to take us a while.
As a forestry spokesperson, Jim Paxson guided Arizonans night after night in 2002.
Nature's very much in control. She's dealing the cards.
Through the devastating Rodeo Chetasky fire, one of the West's first catastrophic crown fires that destroyed more than 500 homes and cabins. Paxson says the work scientists do at these sites gives firefighters knowledge to protect property and lives.
There's a whole host of things that are being done that look at ecology and the occurrence of fire and when is fire beneficial, under what conditions, how to defeat diseases that tear up our forest and our rangeland. That's all done with research, and we need that to continue.
The Trump administration's proposed forestry reorganization would close 57 of 80 research labs and locations across the country. NAU is home to a research lab on its campus. The experimental forest is where they do much of their work. An initial list of planned closures does not include the NAU lab, and a forestry spokesperson says work at the Fort Valley site will continue.
Doesn't make sense, folks.
The former director of the Rocky Mountain Research Station, which oversees the Fort Valley Forest, says planned lab closures in neighboring states will be a setback for the entire agency.
The loss of efficiency of the proposed reorg of research is mind-boggling.
In response to questions, a spokesperson for the Forest Service says they're not eliminating scientific positions or canceling existing research, but rather staff and programs will continue their work relocated into fewer facilities while maintaining research presence across the country.
The reality is the majority of Forest Service research is done in the field. So separating scientists physically from where they work is going to be devastating.
Foster and an association of retired forestry professionals are speaking out on behalf of scientists on the ground who say they're too worried about their jobs to speak themselves.
These locations aren't just buildings. They represent long-term studies, regional expertise, and relationships that can't be easily recreated elsewhere.
Joe Dana, 12 News.